Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike. I got another review for you, kind of related to one I just did. I told y'all I was going to read this book, and I sure as heck did. And I'm so glad I did because I love this book. Amy Reeder, if you ever happen to see this, man, I love you to death. Amy Reeder did the story and the art, by the way, also did the cover. Alright, so Amethyst, right? Little information, but my birthstone is actually an amethyst, and my favorite color is purple. My favorite color is black, but everybody, black is a mix of all colors, right? So I always answered purple. Purple is my favorite color. I have a massive back tattoo that is specifically that purple. Um, but so Amista kind of speaks to me. I do know that she has been around for a while. I just reviewed her comic from 1985, and that was volume 2. I think she started in 1980, maybe. Um, this one did an excellent job of like catching you up to date with who Princess Amista is. Amy is her name. Um, but it basically starts off with Amy on Earth, and she's talking about that she has two sets of parents. It's her birthday. It's her 16th birthday, I think, and she's kind of talking about how she has the two birthdays because she has two homes, Gym World and Earth. Um, she kind of goes into how it all started, and she does this like little, as she's talking to her parents. Her parents are giving her some gifts, and kind of crystal related. Like they give her that new tiara she's wearing, and then they give her the book that they show in the scene. Healing crystals. And they're just not all that up to date with or in clue with how her powers work, kind of thing. Um, but good deeds, right? And she loves her parents. And she goes into detail about her parents are dead in a gym world that they died before. She was able to meet them, and they were killed by her main bad guy, which is I think it's something Opal. It's like Doctor Opal or something like that. Um, so she opens a portal and she heads to Gym World. She's expecting to have this other celebration, and the guy's name is Dark Lord Opal. Remember, bad with names. I'm horrible with names. So they kind of do this. It's a full page spread, but it kind of tells a little more into her story, and it really catches you up. I mean, it starts off from the '80s comics, and you'll see she has the blonde hair and stuff, and it kind of goes through her whole progression until how we got here. She talks about how she defeated Dark Lord Opal and kind of brought all the different areas of Gym World together. She states that there is like 12 different gym regions in Gym World, like Topaz, Opal, Amethyst, of course, all based on colors. Um, but they kind of do this panel right here. I fell in love with because I mean you're supposed to read in like left to right, and on panels like this it does get confusing when you have text over here. And man, this page right here, she did just such an amazing job because you start out reading, I'm gonna have to hold the comic a little different, but you start out reading this way, and you kind of make it over here to this middle panel, and the middle panel, like once you look at it, it's crazy because it's like, it starts you over here, and then it like juts you back over to here, and then you read this side and go over here. It was so cool, and there's no arrows or nothing. Not a lot of comics are able to do this in their panels, and it was so well done. Um, Honest, in my honest opinion, and I'm not like shooting the book up or anything. I don't do that. This is my honest review and opinion and everything. I've only seen this done like 4 or 5 times where you read over here, and I did not have to look at where to go next. I mean, you literally read the text and bam, it shot you up over here. It was real nice. Um, we do sorry, off topic. We do she makes it to Gym World, and when she gets here it's not exactly the way she left it, and it's kind of all chaotic. They show her like barely surviving. She has to use her magic and make some crystals grow. Then they show right here that, I mean, it just looks like a big massive explosion went off, she finally does like kind of Super Mario up all the way up to the castle, and they kind of show my reference right here. Um, but they do. She does finally make it to the castle, and she finds out that not only are all her friends gone, like she has Citron, which is like her the witch mother that kind of watches over her. Not her mother, but kind of like a godmother. But then Granch, which is supposed to be like this kind of like bodyguard type figure. But they do show that all her citizens and an army and the members of the court, they're all gone and missing for some reason. Her kingdom is crazy. I mean, just standing there, she ends up like falling through the ground. Luckily, she is saved by her flying steed, and his name is Ellipsos. Um, but they end up flying, and she requests that Ellipsos take her to what is it? Lady Turquoise's area, the Turquoise realm. They do make it here, and it was something new for me, but the Turquoise people all have 4 arms. They all break off at the elbow. It was something that I didn't know about Gem World, so it was kind of neat. It is drawn in a really nice way, too, because it breaks off at the elbow. Usually it's like people that have 4 arms. It's like, juts out here. She does supposedly meet with her friend. It's supposed to be this lady, Turquoise and stuff, and they're supposed to be like best friends, and she's supposed to be this badass warrior. They fought wars together. And basically she gets here, and the lady Turquoise comes off like she doesn't even know her. She comes off real cold. She does state that she does know who she is, and she does this whole spiel about how she's not going to fight her wars anymore. They're not going to team up with Amethyst, and they don't really care what happens to the people. Princess Amethyst is really kind of pissed off, and she doesn't like the way the Lady Turquoise is kind of, just, with about her people kind of thing, and they have helped others. Amethyst kind of takes it to the people, trying to get anybody to help, to find out where her people are, just any kind of information, and nobody, everybody is kind of doing the brushing off thing. She has a feel like Dark Lord Opal is a part of it or behind it or something, but I mean, there's no proof. They do show that this one citizen in the crowd kind of, picked up on what she was talking about, but doesn't say anything there. Princess Amethyst kind of like just huffy and puffy, and she leaves and stuff, and she ends up going into a house to kind of hide and kind of think. They show her going through the town and stuff, and eventually she does settle in a house, and as soon as she goes into the house, she is greeted by, and later on we find out that his name is Stan. And there's an explanation on why his name's Stan, but that one citizen that was in the crowd that kind of, Stan looks like he's about to attack her, so Amethyst defends herself, and the citizen jumps in the way and is like, "No, not Stan!" And she kind of states that it's like her boyfriend or lover or something like that she is in love with the big caterpillar type thing. She kind of states that, not everything is always what it seems to be, because she was like, well, he was going to eat me, and she didn't notice that the caterpillar did not have any teeth, so he couldn't have eaten her. Maybe swallowed her, because he is pretty big. But they do this whole thing where, like, the citizen goes into, and I don't even think we get her name at this point. We get Stan, and why he's named Stan. It's because, like, one of her friends, like, named Stan because she is an Earthling fan. And so I guess some of the people in Gem World know about Earth through Princess Amethyst, maybe, or maybe some of the bad guys have traveled back and forth. But they do this whole thing with the citizen and Amethyst about, like, she kind of plays this game about how, like, she heard everything, but, and she was gonna help her out, but because she attacked Stan, she's like, she ain't need my help. She's got all this power and stuff, and Amethyst is like, no, please, I need help. So she does convince her to tag along. And at the very last page, we do see that Dark Lord Opal is maybe behind this and still kind of kicking it around. He is supposedly, they mention it, he's supposed to be on house arrest, like up in a tower somewhere locked away. So, I mean, he does kind of look like he's sitting there or something, but he looks like he's got a whole bunch of, like, spider opal friends out there checking on Princess Amethyst. he kind of makes this comment about how like he's happy that she is back, and it's time his plan can go ahead with proceedings. And he does make a comment about that Amethyst's parents are not dead, that they are still alive, but they won't be alive for that much longer. So big twist, because this does, this continues the whole main story, like the review of the comic that I just read, the #1 from '85. All that, this is a rebooting, but she did continue from the first series. There is a last like splash page with the author and artist comments and why she chose this character and stuff. Come on, it's a female lead. She's from the '80s. She's been around for a while. All the purple, So that's kind of why the author and artist love this character. I will note that the author and artist was born the same month and same year as me. Coincidence? I don't know. But I thought that was kind of cool too. But that is Wonder Comics, Amethyst #1. It was a really great read. I'm really gonna hunt for some more issues in the series. I am really digging Amethyst, man. And she's just a character that I've been specking. You say specking. I don't plan to make any money off these, but I expect that she will leave the comics and hop on to a screen spec kind of thing. And even if she does, again, Evil doesn't care about the money. It's not about that. People lose sight of what's really important with comics, and it's the story, the art, that for me, that's what's important. I have comics that are worth money, and guess what? They're going to stay right there where I got them. They're mad. But that's what I got for you. I got a couple more reviews. I do have my pickup from this week's comics coming up. I haven't really told y'all, but I'm kind of doing a test. My local comic book shop, I have numerous different ones. I'm sorry, I know some people out there don't have so many, but I live in Houston. It's a big ass city, and so I got a lot of different comic book shops, and the comic book shop I've been going to has been messing up my box. Even though every week I go in there and I hand them a list, I'm still missing stuff. So this is going to be the second week I'm giving them this test, and I might have to switch it up on them. I might have to go to my backup LCS because they have not been failing me. But that's why I have not done my pickups yet. I already have, they are supposed to be on my box. And I made this list 2 weeks ago, and I went and checked it this weekend when I did the free comic book days, so we will see. But that's all I got for you right now. Like, comment, subscribe. Trust me, I love all your comments. Hit me up with all your comments. Come on. Alright guys, thank y'all for watching. I'll be back.